So today I am officially, once again, 29 years old. But I somehow have 55 years of experience under my belt. No, but really, in all seriousness, there's no place I would rather be than right here with all of you on this day, and with the greatest president in the history of this country, Donald J. Trump. I'm worried we're going to wear out our energy. We got to save some of this because the man you're here to see is coming up next. So I have to tell you a story, okay? This is actually the second birthday that I have spent with President Trump. On this day 3 years ago, I spent my 52nd birthday in New York City. Now, of course, I'd met President Trump before. In my previous life, when I was working in the news, I had the privilege of interviewing President Trump when I was one of the last remaining fair and honest journalists. But this time, a few years ago, I got to connect with him for the first time in my new life in politics, and it was an experience I'll never forget. I was at Trump Tower. I took that famous golden escalator up. I hopped onto a golden elevator and shot up to the 26th floor of the beautiful Trump Tower in Manhattan. And as I was looking out on that skyline, much of which, contrary to a well-known politician who said, "You didn't build that," Donald Trump had indeed built that, a big part of the skyline of New York. And I thought to myself, so is this what Frank Sinatra sang about in New York, New York? This was Trump Tower, this was New York City. If we could make it there, you can make it anywhere. Jeff and I were there. We were led into his office, and behind a large, beautiful desk sat a larger-than-life Donald J. Trump. He welcomed us. And immediately we launched into a recap, and he remembered a recap of a Turning Point event that we both attended about a month earlier. And he talked about the huge, loud, incredible, warm applause that I had received when he called out my name from you, the people of Arizona. And he said to me, I'll never forget it. He said, "Kari, that wasn't a poll that you hire a pollster to do. That was a real poll. That was the people telling me who they support." Right? And then he began asking a few questions about how the campaign was going, polling, about policy. And I'll be honest, I was able to answer all of them with no problem, except one. A very important question that took Jeff and me completely off guard. And my husband, I don't know where he is. Are you out here, Jeff, somewhere? Come here, hon. Say hi to Jeff, please. Do you remember what the president asked us?
He asked us how long we'd been married.
That's what stumped us. Jeff forgot. And to Jeff's benefit, I also forgot. Now, you know, we turned to each other and we started counting and doing the math, and we came up with the figure 23 years. So we'll never get that wrong again, will we? I love you. I love this man. Thanks, hon. 3 weeks ago, Jeff and I celebrated our 26th anniversary. It feels like the first year, doesn't it? So let me get through this story. So what was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting had turned into an hour-long conversation with Donald Trump. At the end of it all, the president rose, he shook our hands, he told me he would support me and endorse me. It was the greatest birthday gift I'd ever received. Really great. So, long story long, I spent my 52nd birthday in New York City with the greatest president. I'm spending my 55th birthday here in Glendale with all of you and the greatest president. And Arizona, I look forward to spending my 56th birthday in Washington, D.C. with the greatest president representing you, the greatest people in the entire country.